Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. This program is produced in Dove Creek, Colorado by the Dolores County Broadcasting Network for DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association.
This is your community TV station. If you would like to suggest a story or let us know about an event to share, give us a call. The studio number is 970-677-4119.
Today's show runs Wednesday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is September 25th, 2019. And now on with the News at Noon.
From the Cortez Journal, a Durango man arrested in March was released from La Plata County Jail in late August after prosecutors sought to dismiss his case based on problems associated with the investigation, court documents show. Durango Police Department arrested Christopher Clark, age 41, on accusations of attempted aggravated robbery early March 4th, more than an hour and a half after responding to a report of a robbery in the 2500 block of Main Avenue, according to arrest documents. Prosecutors charged Clark with 10 counts, including attempted robbery, menacing, and 8 habitual offender counts related to previous convictions from 1998 to 2018. The habitual offender counts could have quadrupled his possible sentence. Law enforcement said in arrest documents that the witness described the suspect as a man with a short beard, but Clark's booking photo shows he was clean-shaven the night of his arrest. Clark wrote a 3-paragraph notice of alibi to the court June 13th that says he was at 3030 Main Avenue, Durango, Colorado, at the time of the alleged offense. But by the end of August, 4 days before a scheduled jury trial, prosecutors asked the court to dismiss the case. District Court Judge William Herringer signed an order to the effect the same day. Clark was released from jail August 30th, almost 6 months after his arrest.
From the Greeley Tribune with a photo from Greeley. A U.S. appeals court has ruled workers in Colorado's marijuana industry are subject to overtime pay rules and other federal labor protections, even if the industry itself is federally illegal. The case at issue deals with Robert Keeney, a former employee at Helix TCS, a company that provides security and other services to marijuana companies in Colorado. In 2017, Keeney sued Helix in U.S. District Court for refusing to pay him overtime when he was regularly worked more than 40 hours a week as a security guard for Helix's marijuana industry clients, an alleged violation of the U.S. Fair Labor Standards Act. Helix attorneys moved to dismiss the case on the grounds that a federal court had no jurisdiction to hear the case, quote, because Colorado's recreational marijuana industry is in violation of the Controlled Substances Act, per case documents. The district court rejected that motion, but a panel of judges for the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 10th Circuit was tapped to review that denial.
From the Durango Herald, the World Health Organization on Monday announced Congo will start using a second experimental Ebola vaccine as efforts to stop the deadly outbreak are stalled, and Doctors Without Borders criticizes vaccination efforts to date. Since this outbreak was declared in August 2018, more than 200,000 people have received doses of a vaccine made by Merck, which will continue to be used in Congo. The UN Health Agency, in a statement, said the second vaccine made by Johnson & Johnson will be used from October in areas where Ebola is not actively spreading. Using the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will ensure that we have potentially an additional tool to prevent the expansion of the outbreak, said Matsidishu Moeti, WHO's Africa director. So far, more than 3,030 people have been sickened by the Ebola virus in this outbreak, the second worst in history, and more than 1,990 have died. The question of whether the Johnson & Johnson experimental vaccine should be used was at the center of a dispute between Congo's former health minister, Dr. Ali Ilunga, and global health officials. Ilunga has insisted Congo would not use the vaccine because he said it wasn't sufficiently tested and would create confusion.
Terrible news reported in the Journal with a photo of Patrick Armijo on site showing a truck hauling 71 head of cattle down from the high country overturned just south of milepost 13 on the Dolores-Norwood Road. That was on Tuesday around 3 p.m., leaving 10 cattle dead and 3 crippled and 58 head wandering in the in the San Juan National Forest. Colorado State Patrol Sergeant Ben Steger said the driver of the 18-wheel semi-trailer, Cody Parker, age 23, of Mosca, Colorado, said he guided the southbound truck over to the right to allow a small passenger vehicle to pass along the narrow Forest Service road. But the truck started sinking in the soft shoulder sand. Quote, the truck slowly tilted onto its side, Steger said. An investigation into the incident continues, but Parker was not cited on the scene. Steger said that could change depending on an inspection of the 18-wheeler and a check on its maintenance records. Lloyd Schumann, the owner of the cattle from Blanding, Utah, said the cattle were headed from Summer High Country grazing to a feedlot in Sterling, Colorado, and were about 6 months out from being slaughtered. He estimated the cattle were worth about $1,000 a head and says he will seek insurance reimbursement for an estimated $13,000 in losses. The truck was one of 3 carrying Schumann's cattle to Sterling. Steger said no meat market would take product from the dead and crippled cattle, and they are considered total losses. We'll have to get some cowboys to round them up, Schumann said about the 58 head of cattle he now has roaming in the San Juan National Forest, about 13 miles north of Dolores.
Reported by the Durango Herald, longtime district engineer Ken Curtis has been appointed the new general manager for the Dolores Water Conservancy District. Curtis replaces Mike Preston, who is retiring after leading the organization that manages McPhee Reservoir for the past 12 years. Preston will stay on during a transitional period, serving in external relations. Those two have worked closely together as a management team, said DWCD Board President Bruce Smart. Curtis served as Chief of Engineering and Construction during the 12 years that Preston was General Manager. Preston informed the board in February his intentions to retire and recommended Curtis as his successor. The board agreed to this transition plan in order to facilitate a smooth changeover. And now let's take a look at the weather.
Today, sunny with a high near 76 degrees, north winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. And then tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 50 degrees, with west winds again 5 to 10 miles an hour. And we still are showing the potential on Thursday for a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Otherwise, mostly sunny with a high near 75 degrees. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest 10 to 15 miles an hour in the afternoon. Then Thursday night, it drops to just a 10% chance for showers and thunderstorms before 9 p.m. Partly cloudy with a low around 48, with south winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. Continuing that pattern for Friday with a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Otherwise, mostly sunny with a high near 71. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour and some gusts. Friday as high as 20 miles an hour. Friday night, that tapers off to just a 10% chance for showers and thunderstorms before midnight. Partly cloudy with a low around 48. And Saturday, it's a repeat with a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon, sunny with a high near 72 and breezy. Saturday night, a slight chance for showers, partly cloudy and a low around 48. And now Sunday is showing a chance for showers and thunderstorms also possibly in the afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 69 degrees and breezy. Sunday night, a slight chance for showers, partly cloudy and a low around 47 and again breezy. And into the work week next week, we start off Monday sunny but cooler with a high near 69 degrees, breezy with Monday night mostly clear and a low around 42. And now back to the news.
Reported by the Durango Herald, Durango City Council decided Tuesday to terminate City Manager Ron LeBlanc's contract, ending his 12-year tenure, and appointed Assistant City Manager Amber Blake to serve in the interim position. It is a mutual agreement between LeBlanc and the City Council. LeBlanc and the City Council agreed to publicize the statement, the settlement agreement, and mutual release. The city agreed to pay LeBlanc almost $100,000, about $37,600 representing all accrued paid time off and other accrued employment benefits, and about $61,200 in severance of 3 months' salary within 14 days of the agreement date. The city manager's salary, including benefits, is $195,582 according to the 2019 approved city budget. LeBlanc submitted a letter of resignation suggesting his last day will be October 1st, when Blake is scheduled to become interim city manager. The contract also stipulates a full and complete resolution of all issues between the parties, including all pending ethics complaints, according to the public document. City councilors and LeBlanc are barred by the terms of the contract from making public statements.
From the Journal with a courtesy photo, Southwest Memorial Hospital. Southwest Memorial Hospital has implemented a free syringe disposal program. More than 7.8 billion needles are used each year by the 13.5 million people in the U.S. who self-inject medications outside a healthcare setting. The number of drugs injected at home continues to grow, and the use of needles, also called sharps, in the home highlights the significant challenges of where and how to dispose of them. Now, Southwest Health System in Cortez is a designated residential sharps disposal location. Empty needle containers can be picked up from the Southwest Health System retail pharmacy at 1311-A North Mildred Road in the physician offices building next to the hospital. When full, they can be returned to the same location. The program alleviates safety concerns with the city of Cortez and other residential trash disposal companies because there hasn't been a designated disposal site in the community, said hospital spokeswoman Bridget Jabor. The program will reduce the number of needles that enter the residential trash collection system. Quote, where can needles be disposed of is probably the number one question infection control gets on a weekly basis here at the hospital, said SHS Pharmacy Director Mark Meyer. He said the Family Sharps Disposal program is key to keeping sharps waste out of the landfill and properly placed in a medical waste facility. Quote, it certainly makes it easy, safe, and cost-effective for individuals to dispose of syringes, Meyer said. The state of Colorado has authorized SHS to provide the service to the community. Quote, now that there is a safe way for households to dispose of needles, I encourage every family to take advantage of this program, said Cortez Mayor Karen Sheik. This will eliminate potential injury to city and county refuse handlers and will keep hazardous biowaste out of our landfill. For any questions about the used needle disposal program, call them at 970-564-2280.
From the Cortez Journal, Chaco Canyon has fueled scientific curiosity for more than a century, with each discovery made at the World Heritage Site spurring only more questions about the people who lived there. One thing is for sure, chocolate was part of life at the once bustling ceremonial and economic hub. By analyzing 1,000-year-old pottery shards, archaeologist Patricia Crown solved that mystery in recent years when she and a chemist at Hershey Company uncovered the first evidence of chocolate consumption beyond the chocolate-growing regions of Mesoamerica. That work has since shed more light on early trade routes and on the widespread use of cocoa in the American Southwest. Chocolate residue has been found on shards collected in Utah, Arizona, and northern Mexico.
Reported in the Durango Herald with a photo, Jerry McBride. Legislation to identify disposal sites for radioactive material was introduced last week by U.S. Representative Scott Tipton and U.S. Senator Michael Bennet to work towards a solution for storing residual uranium. About 115 properties in Durango have been identified as having uranium mill tailings. Since then, Colorado lawmakers have been working on legislation to require the U.S. Secretary of Energy to identify and convey to the state of Colorado land for use as a storage site for residual radioactive material and for other purposes. That according to the text of Tipton's House Resolution 4427 and Bennett's Senate Bill 2526. Local stakeholders requested that Tipton, Representative Republican from Colorado, and Bennett, Democrat from Colorado, draft legislation to address the issue of disposal sites for tailings, and both recognize the efforts of the people in Durango and Colorado as a whole to solve the problem. Quote, the Durango community deserves to have any remaining hazardous materials from the last century removed safely and effectively, Tipton said. I am glad to continue to work with my colleagues in Congress, the Department of Energy, and the Colorado state officials on this important issue, as it requires a lot of collaboration at different levels of government. In terms of the collaboration that Tipton mentioned, the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment has been involved with efforts in Durango to find effective solutions to the uranium mill tailings and said it is, quote, pleased with the legislation introduced. The department's uranium mill tailings program, headquartered in Grand Junction, has assisted Durango residents since 1998, providing records reports, interpreting the reports, traveling to Durango to perform site surveys, and most recently, working with the local public health agencies to answer questions and provide community outreach, CDPHE said in a statement. The legislation is not a solution to the remaining uranium mill tailings in Durango, and CDPHE recognized that, although, quote, it can be a long process, We have been working with teams from Senator Bennett and Representative Tipton's offices to find a safe, effective, and convenient location for the citizens of Durango to dispose of the tailings and know that this is a step in the right direction. Bennett agreed legislation is a step towards achieving an eventual solution and continues to work with and listen to the affected communities. The health and safety of residents is the priority here, which is why we all must do everything we can, Bennett said. This legislation is an important step in addressing the issues associated with disposing of the tailings and is a direct result of the community and local stakeholders coming together to find solutions. As we work to advance this bill in the Senate, we will continue to engage with the community.
According to the Cortez Journal, the fun and convenience of social media apps such as Snapchat and Instagram can be tainted with risk of addiction and explicit content, which is why 2 Durango developers launched a new social media app this summer to give kids a safe place to share content. Adam and Dana Ahern designed Village Social, a phone app for kids ages 9 to 16, meant to give them a safe place to share photos and make plans with their friends and families. Village has a direct messaging component similar to text messaging and a social news feed similar to Facebook or Instagram, but unlike other platforms, it allows parents to monitor their children's activity closely and completely blocks explicit or sexual content, said Adam Ahern. The app also doesn't track likes on posts, a user's followers, or other data that can serve to feed social media addiction, he said. The Aherns were inspired to build the app as the parents of 4 children who became addicted to their phones and to television, he said. The new Village app is meant to help parents raise kids who can responsibly navigate the online world, he said.
Today's High Canyon Country Happenings. The Community Voice in Dove Creek is hosting a 3-part paper grant writing series. Part 1, develop your effective case for support. Part 2, mission building blocks. And Part 3, grant attachments and tips for success. They'll run from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on each of the 3 respective days, September 27th, October 4th, and October 11th. They will be held in the Dolores County Public Service Center at 1010 Gyrene in Dove Creek. To register, call 970-739-0073 or 677-2897 or email Rhonda Lancaster at rlancaster@coloradotrust.org. Dolores County Department of Social Services has an opening for a full-time adult and child protection caseworker. Qualifications include a BA degree or higher in a human service-related field, an understanding of adult/child protective services and social services programs, certification or prior experience as a child and adult protection caseworker is preferred. Background check is required and salary is $30,000 to $45,000 DOE, benefits included. Please send your resume and references to Melinda, that's MALYNDA .EVANS at state.co.us. Information must be received by September 30th, 2019. That's Monday. September 27th and 28th, the 3rd annual Mancos Valley River Film Festival, Mancos Valley Resources, in partnership with founding sponsor Alpaca Raft and Class 5 and 4 title sponsors, Four Corners Guides, Rome Industry, Osprey Packs. They're all sponsoring and supporting this and holding the 3rd annual Mancos Valley River Film Fest fundraiser. That's at the Mancos Brewing Company Friday night and the Mancos Opera House on Saturday night. You can join them at Outlier Cellars, aka Fence Line Cider, from 9 to 11 for a TBA band and more reveling. Proceeds to benefit the Mancos Valley Resources and Mancos Conservation District, with funds specifically earmarked to clean up the Mancos River at Cottonwood Park and to build a science station for the Mancos Middle School. You can visit their website online at mancosvalleyriverfilmfest.com for all the details. And I post up all these High Canyon Country happenings on our Facebook page, which is DCTV News at Noon, so you can look up phone numbers and dates, and we also upload the daily news to our YouTube channel, which you can search for with the same name, DCTV News at Noon, and the broadcast is also posted to the general Facebook page where we add links to the stories of interest, share other events or news, and where you can join in on the conversation too. This is your community TV station, so if you have something you'd like to share, contact us by email, dcbnnews@gmail.com, or call us at the station 970-677-4119, and we'll be happy to help.
Thanks for tuning in. Whether it's for the broadcast, which airs here in Dolores County on Channel 32.1 at noon, now Monday through Friday, or online on our YouTube channel or our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, where you can watch it on demand anytime you would like.
We'd love to have you interact with the news program, add comments, or share stories there on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page. And if you would, please like us there and share it with your family and friends.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the Dove Creek News at Noon program, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.